Hey, what day is Mother's Day?
Sunday.
We should get her that refrigerator she's been asking for.
That's fine.
Good. I can't wait to see her face light up when she opens it up. Welcome back to Pun Pro Tips. I'm Josh, your host, and this is episode 1, being confident in your delivery.
You love yourself.
I don't know why I did the snap thing.
You love yourself.
As we, the pun-loving community, know, a lot of puns are not actually funny in and of themselves. Their humor is derived from being so ridiculously over the top that they become funny. Therefore, when you throw a weak pun out there, it's probably not going to land. In fact, from personal experience, there's a 90% chance that they're not going to even laugh at the pun and just end up looking at you like... Armed with this knowledge, it's up to you...
No, your first take was fine.
No, that was a practice run. Armed with this knowledge, it's up to you to deliver your pun with strong confidence. Get 'em. Pro tip, manage your expectations when delivering your joke. If you're aiming for your audience to release a huge belly laugh, then you're probably aiming too high. You personally may get the biggest kick out of your joke. You may throw your head back and laugh. But remember, dad jokes are an extremely niche type of humor. Fun fact, dad jokes take time to sink in. What do I mean by that? If you are new to puns and you're just starting to deliver them, then you're probably gonna get waved off. It is generally once you have established a reputation of telling jokes, puns, quips, that your audience may warm up to you. Most notably, your friends and family. Think of your jokes as hacking away at a person's defense. Eventually, you will find a weak spot in this person's defense, and then you will have the opportunity to tell a joke that will absolutely land.
Oh, wait a second. Okay, dad joke, go, now!
Then you will have a good chuckle together. Albeit, the person is probably laughing at the absurdity of the joke and your delivery of it than at the actual joke itself. So keep that in mind. Remember what a dad joke actually is. When you're a kid, you don't exactly appreciate them as much as when you're older, you, depending on who you are, enjoy them much more. So they're kind of like, if you will, sipping on a fine wine. My wife right now is not happy with me. Instead of trying to get genuine laughter out of the person from telling a dad joke, aim for the person to roll their eyes and smirk. Just like my wife's doing right now. Managing your expectations confidently, such as this, means you'll have a better chances of succeeding. Let the receiver know that you know just how ridiculous the joke is. Use your tone of voice to indicate that you know just how bad the joke is. Get on their level.
I've never seen someone talk so seriously about puns.
Oh, this is wicked serious. As long as you both are on the same playing field and you're still telling the joke anyway, own it. One way to be confident in your puns is to throw out just a slight subtle comment and have the person catch it later, just like I did with my wife at the beginning of this video. Don't be frustrated if the person doesn't end up getting it. Even if the person doesn't get it, you can still save that joke for later use. Also, it's generally accepted that if you have to explain your joke, then you've already lost the receiver. Over time, you will, if you have not already, created a reputation for yourself. So in the last episode, I asked you guys to share your experiences with being confident in your puns. For this episode, I have asked my friend Ryan from the YouTube channel EntrePUNeur to share his experience with his puns. Take it away, Ryan.
Thanks, Josh. In my experience, the confidence with which you deliver a pun needs to match the quality of the pun that you're delivering. Like saying that breakfast this morning is egg-citing, which I hear a lot, then saying said pun with a certain irony is very appropriate. If I'm like really stretching to make this pun, like saying, I wonder if apples can see us because Apple saw us, then I'd say it's very appropriate to deliver said pun with a certain feigned uncertainty. Because the fact that you're actually making this pun in the first place is more of a joke than the actual pun itself, especially if you've built up that reputation for having made puns. There's a very important concept that I once heard about making jokes, which is that every joke is at somebody's expense. Like if someone's telling a blonde joke, it's making fun of blonde people. The cool thing about puns though is that you're not making puns at the expense of some class of people. With puns, it's either at the expense of the person you're talking to or at yourself. For example, if I know this friend of mine just hates puns with a passion, then if I'm making puns around him, it's because he hates the puns. That's the joke. He hates puns, I'm making a pun, I'm trying so hard to get him to laugh and he's just not having it, and that's a pretty funny circumstance in the first place, so it lands. Even if he's not laughing, he's laughing on the inside, I hope. Or maybe the pun is at my expense. He hates puns, he's never going to laugh at my puns, but I am trying so dang hard to make these puns and to get him to laugh, and the fact that I'm putting so much effort into making him laugh at a linguistic exercise is just hilarious. So if the joke is that I'm trying really hard to get this guy to like my puns, then I need to approach it with that confidence. Hey man, your breakfast must be excellent. Because if I was really uncertain, then it wouldn't be clear that the joke is that I'm trying really hard to make this work. All while continuing to have a certain sense of self-awareness about how ridiculous some of our puns might be getting. Go forth and share all the wordplay you happen to stumble upon. Back to you, Josh. And back to you, Josh. And back to you, Josh. I don't know if he actually wants me to say that.
You know what? All those cuts and all the tips were actually really good, so I'm gonna keep the whole thing in there, so thanks. I'm gonna leave a link to Ryan's channel, EntrePUNeur, down in the description below. Thank you, link in bio, for taking care of that for me. On the next episode of Pun Pro Tips, I'm going to be talking about tailoring each and every one of your jokes to fit the situation you're in. Question of the day: does originality come from the jokes you tell or from the way you present them? Comment below, let me know. Personally, about 95% of the jokes that I do tell are from some previous experience I had or from some other shared resource. However, I do tell all my jokes in my own unique way. If you found what you heard here to be useful, make sure to give this channel a thumbs up, and also be sure to go check out Ryan's channel, EntrePUNeur, link in the description below. This helps both our channels out. Last but not least, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more jokes, quips, and Pun Pro tips. I'll see you on the next one.